welcome back to my channel and welcome back to another Fill Your Freezer Friday video. I will be doing this video in a few different parts because the school holidays have started. So today there'll be just a couple of bakes getting made, and these are going to be really easy to put in your freezer and bring out later on. And today I've got plenty of tomatoes that we're going to be cooking with, and pretty much it's going to be fairly budget friendly as well. You can also make it more budget friendly by using cheaper ingredients than what I've used. Some of these ingredients I've bought on special. There is herbs and things like that, and the herbs are quite expensive. If you've got like a garden where you can grow your own herbs and things, I think you're sort of halfway there when it comes to like cooking bakes or pasta sauces and things like that. So we'll get into it today. I really hope you enjoy this video and it gives you some ideas. And let's get started on the bakes and the pasta sauce I'm going to be cooking today.
Are you feeling the same way I do?
So here I've cut up all the basil. I've chopped up 4 onions, a half a capsicum, and 2 of the 800-gram cans of tomatoes. I'm adding the sachet of tomato paste now just to thicken the sauce up. And then I'm just going to put in all the chopped vegetables. I'm going to put this on for around about 4 to 5 hours because it's just the longer you leave a tomato pasta sauce to cook, the better it becomes. So, what I'll do is I will put it on high to start with, and then I will drop it down to low. That's what I usually do with my cooker. This is only a small cooker. I do have a bigger one, but I'm just using this one because it's just the perfect size. But I find that it gets really bubbly really quickly if I put it on high for too long. So after I've added all these, I'm just going to put in 3 teaspoons of brown sugar. This is just to stop the tomato like pasta sauce from tasting too acidy, and it gives it a little bit more of a sweeter taste, I guess. And also I'm going to put in a tablespoon of malt vinegar. I'm not sure why I've always put a little bit of vinegar into like my tomato sauces and things like that. I think I just like that little bit of an acidy sort of a taste. And you can sort of taste the vinegar in there as well. So just a little bit. That's just the malt vinegar. And now I'm just adding some salt and pepper. And then I'm just going to put the lid on that and leave that now for the day and leave it in the background while I'm preparing the next meal. Now I'm just going to be preparing the pasta bake and a shepherd's pie. I'm going to do this all at once and chop up everything that's needed for both of them. I'm going to be using 1 onion because the pasta bake's got pasta sauce in it, so it's already got onion in it. So I'm just going to share the onion between the 2 meals, and I'm also going to use the half cut up capsicum that I chopped up before, and I'm going to use 2 carrots, and I'm going to use mushrooms as well. I'm going to finally chop all this up, and then the mushrooms are going to go into the pasta bake because it's going to have like a bacon pasta sauce, and I thought that would go really well with the mushrooms. So I'm not putting any mushrooms in the shepherd's pie because I wanted to keep it simple. And I'm just going to put the capsicum between the 2 as well and the carrot, and I will fry that up. And then I'm going to add mince in. I've got a big thing of mince I've bought from Aldi. I'm going to put a half a kilo of mince in the pasta bake, and then I'm going to use a kilo of mince in about a kilo of mince in the shepherd's pie. And I've got about another quarter of the amount of mince that I can freeze for another meal. So I probably didn't need as much mince in the shepherd's pie, but I'm going to make a big one. So I'm going to chop all these up now and grate them, and then I'll add them to the pans to fry. Now I'm just adding the potatoes to boil as well. There's a lot going on when you've got a few meals at once going. So I think I've got around about 7 potatoes here that I'm peeling and chopping up. Always when I make shepherd's pie, I never put enough potato on it, and I find that that's like an important part. I always put like more mince than potato. So this time I thought I'm going to cook up heaps of potato and add it to the top of it. If I have too much potato, it's not going to go to waste because I can just put it in the fridge for the next day. So I'm just going to continue peeling these and adding it to the water, and then I will add the pasta sauce. Now I'm just going to add the mince to one of these foil trays. I get these from Bunnings and they're a really good price and they're really sturdy. So I'm going to add the mince here, and then I'm going to top it with the potato. And I have made a lot of mashed potato, but I think I made enough for the whole tray. I think if I would have made any less, I wouldn't have had enough. So I'm just going to put this on top now. And all I really do is just add some butter on the top. I'm not going to put cheese because I really don't want cheese on top of it, but you can if you want to. I'll then put this in the oven. Then I will start with the pasta bake.
Did you ever stop and think, why spend too much time just getting ready? Let me be honest, I don't know a single thing that I haven't done to make you notice me. Let me be real here. When I see you, my heart starts racing, but I don't know if I like this chasing and playing and waiting around. It's a shame that my hands start shaking all of the time when you're around me. But this time, girl, I know what's bothering me. I need somebody to love. Oh, nah, 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 nah. Don't you see what's wrong with me? I need somebody to love.
I'm adding 150 ml of cream now to the mince. This is just to make it a little bit richer, a little bit more creamier. This has got the bacon sauce in it and the mushroom as well. So once I mix all that in, I'll leave it for a little bit longer to cook through. I'm just going to add it all together in one of those tin trays, and then I'll top it with some cheese.
Starts racing, but I don't know if I like this chasing and playing and waiting around. It's a shame that my hands start shaking all of the time when you're around me. But this time, girl, I know what's bothering me. I need somebody to love. Oh, nah, 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 nah. Don't you see what's wrong with me? I need somebody to love. Oh, oh, nah, nah. God, I'm sick of this waiting. You got me going crazy tonight. So why? Why don't you come on over and be my somebody to love? Somebody to love, somebody to love, somebody. I need somebody, I need somebody to love. I need somebody, I need somebody. Give me somebody, give me somebody.
The olives are optional. I'm just putting them on because our family love olives. So now I'm going to check the pasta sauce. It's really chunky. I am going to blend it up at the end, so I didn't really need to cut the vegetables up too finely, so that actually makes it a lot easier when you're preparing the sauce. But I am going to whiz it up at the end to make it smoother. Chunky sauce is really nice too, but if you cut it up finer, it's obviously going to cook a lot quicker too. But bear in mind that if you are going to blend it up, you may not need to cut it up too fine. So here I've got 2 decent sized bakes here. For a family of 4, for our family, I'm looking at around about 4 nights of meals here if I put some salad or some chips with it. So I'm going to let them cool down, which will take a while. They need to be labelled and covered. Hi everyone, this is the next day now and I'm going to be attempting some vegetable fritters. My husband made these a while back and they were really good, so I'm going to try and see if I can do it. I'm not the best with fritters and tuna cakes and things like that, but I'm going to see how we go. I'm going to pop the recipe in down below if you'd like to try it. So let's give it a go. And they were really yummy last time. So I've just got some eggs. I'm going to put some potatoes in it. That's what my husband did. The recipe doesn't call for potatoes. I've got zucchini and carrot, minced garlic. I've got some plain flour there, and I'm going to use olive oil. I'm going to use more olive oil than what they say. So I'm going to try and, you know, maybe come halfway up the fritter a little bit. Not like totally deep fry it, but maybe halfway. Do it that way. They say just to use around about 2 tablespoons, I think, of olive oil, but I'm thinking it might stick, so I'm going to do it the other way. And yeah, it's just some plain flour. So let's see how it goes. And yeah, hopefully they turn out good. I haven't frozen these before, so you may just want to eat them for lunch or for dinner. I am going to freeze mine and see how they turn out. The thing is, when we take them out of the freezer, they might just be really soggy, so you want to try and put them in like a grill or maybe a air fryer as such, or something like that, to crisp them up again, because that's what you want them. You want them to be crispy. Like if you put them in the microwave and just eat them, they'll be soggy, regardless if you put them in the fridge and eat them or defrost them or whatever. So I'm going to try and crisp mine up afterwards. Yeah, so let's see how it turns out today. I'm interested to find out how many I end up making. So let's do it. Okay, so the first thing I'm going to do is zucchinis. Now they say 2 cups of zucchini, so I'm not quite sure how much one's going to make, so I'm just going to grate up one at a time. 2 cups of shredded zucchini and 2 cups of carrots, but I'm just going to shred the zucchini first, and then what you do is you squeeze out the excess water with your hand, so I do have to put a little bit of salt on it. Okay, so let's have a look at how I do it. I'm just going to wash them. The thing with zucchinis is they're just so easy. They're such a versatile vegetable to, and they're so easy to grate as well, but you can put them in everything and you can hide them from the kids. They're quite bland really. Like, I used to like them just with a little bit of butter, you know, boil them up with some butter and pepper and salt on them, but I think it's the blandness that makes them so easy. So if I look at that, that's probably only, we want 2 cups out of it, so it's going to have to be at least 2. So I'm just going to grate another one there because it's not quite 2 cups and it's a little bit extra vegetable. I guess I could just put some more flour with it if it doesn't sort of clag up as well as I want to. But that's why I want to put some potato in there for a little bit of starch. So I'm just going to peel this first. I haven't actually done it. I've never put a little bit of salt on them and squeezed out the juice before, but let's see. Probably end up being more than 2 cups now. Actually, it's quite a reasonable amount. So we've got sort of 2 cups there. So I'm going to sprinkle that with a bit of salt, and then I'll let it sit for 10 minutes. So I'm just going to sprinkle it for a little bit with some salt. I think you just let it sit for a little bit, I'd say. Okay, I'm just going to grate some carrots now. I'm going to grate 2 carrots up and put it into a bowl. The only reason I'm able to talk today on this video is because my kids are at their grandma's house for the holidays for half the day, so I'm able to spend a little bit more time doing this video properly, I guess you could say. So I'm just going to grate that. Okay, so with the carrot, I'm going to pop the carrot in the bowl here. They say 2 cloves of garlic, so I'm just going to put like a teaspoon of garlic in there. Maybe just about that much garlic in there. I am going to grate up a sweet potato, leaving the onion to the end because I am one of those people that cries when they peel onions and cuts onions, and they are so bad for my eyes. I just get it so bad, and I think the older I am, the worse it's becoming, or it's because I'm cutting up more onions now in my lifetime than what I ever have with a family. And even I find garlic does the same to me as well. Sometimes I have to wear glasses, it's just to stop it from reacting to my eyes so badly. Okay. I'm going to use a potato as well, just to see how that goes. This is really just an experiment, but hopefully it works out. And I'm probably gonna heat up the oil in a minute. So we get that up to heat. So I don't know how much oil I'm gonna use, to be honest. I'm just gonna sort of pour a bit into how I think is enough. It says on the recipe to use only 2 tablespoons of olive oil. But I know it's gonna stick if I do that.
Even if you tried, you wouldn't understand it. Maybe something's missing inside of you. Just a bit of sugar to that heart.
Maybe try. I'm gonna just try half a cup of olive oil. So just let's see how half a cup goes. I'm just gonna gently start heating that up now. I'm just going to grate an onion, put the eggs and the flour in, and I'm going to actually take the water out.
I guess it never hit you. Our conversation takes two, paying it some interest from time to time. Inside all that greatness and all of your adventure.
Okay, so it's 2/3 of a cup of plain flour. They call it all-purpose flour.
Hold up, babe. I can sit beside you while you're going on about your simple life. Nothing left you thinking that maybe you're not different. Go on, blow up your ego, your undying ego.
It sort of comes together pretty good. These were really delicious, like when my husband made them, but it did take him a while. I'm not sure. I think it's just waiting for the oil to boil and then waiting for each one, because I don't have a very big like frying pan. I should have actually got my mum's like banquet one to make it, and that would have made it a lot easier, I think. And I'm hoping they now will sort of come together okay in the oil. And we're just going to fry them for 2 to 3 minutes, then flip them once and continue cooking for another 2 minutes, 1 to 2 minutes. Okay, so I'm going to flip these now. It's nearly been 3 minutes, so let's see. Hopefully they don't fall apart on me. Like that one. And I think it's like 2 minutes on the other side now. So they seem to turn out okay so far. I mean, it probably would be fine to do the 2 tablespoons like they say in the recipe. And you're not deep frying them as such. I just thought maybe my first time of making these, I'd want to like put more oil in there just so it doesn't stick, because I know sometimes olive oil and me don't go together when it comes to frying things, but I do like frying things in olive oil too. It's more of a healthy option, I guess. But you could use any oil, it doesn't really matter. I was going to use vegetable oil, but I just thought I had a big tin of extra virgin olive oil and I wanted to try that. But these would probably work out really good. In a deep fryer, they'd be excellent too. But they seem to, there was no sticking, they turned over pretty easily. I just want them to be cooked all the way through as well. So I don't think it's gonna hurt if I just leave them on just that little bit longer, which I'm probably gonna do. I'm probably gonna leave these for a little bit over 2 minutes. because it has got my potato in there, so I want it to be thoroughly cooked through. See, the recipe doesn't ask for potato. So the potato is what you want to cook through. So I'm going to try and maybe leave mine. I might even give them one more turn as well. So I'm going to actually leave it on for 3 minutes each side. I'm going to flick them again just to make sure that it's thoroughly cooked all the way through. Because like I said, it is a lot deeper than what they say, but I have put potato in this. That's the extra things that I have put in there. And now that I know that they cook okay, I probably will, oh, that one's a bit burnt. That one's a bit browner. I like them a bit browner. There's a fine line between burning the oil as well. Definitely make that thoroughly cooked through. Okay, so I'm going to pop these onto the plate now and keep on frying the rest of them up. Okay, so what I've done is I've put the other ones back in the oil. I tried one and they just tasted like they were just a little bit on the crunchy side. And so I'm just going to leave them in the oil a little bit more, and I've actually gone and put some more flour in this to make it, it looks like it's more gluey now and it looks like it will stick together a lot better. Even though they haven't fallen apart, I just feel that they just need a little bit more flour because of the extra vegetables. Like I did put the potato and the sweet potato in there. So these ones here, I'm hoping are going to be a lot more, you know, cooked through a lot more. Because, you know, I have put potatoes, but I wanted to put the potatoes in just to make it more of a meal. But it's so easy if you just use the carrot, the zucchini and the onion and flour and all that and the egg. It just makes it such a cheap recipe and they're so yummy. You could do this with peas or, you know, it's like a bubble and squeak. So I'm just going to make these really crunchy. And then I'm just going to continue to fry the rest of them, and I've got some for lunch, and I'm going to freeze some, and hopefully they'll turn out okay once I take them out of the freezer and put them into the air fryer.
We've been on and off again and again. I don't know which way we're going, no control. You push me, then you pull me back in. Don't know if I can decipher how your mind works. Yeah, you leave me wondering what it's like to feel your skin. I will keep on trying till you give me a sign.
Gonna serve them up with a little bit of sour cream and some baby spinach, and I have made a few. I've made 15 because I tried one before, but I did put extra vegetables in it as well. So that's the vegetable fritters. I'll put the recipe and the link below. Once they cool down, I'm going to put them into clip seal bags. Everyone, thanks for watching Fill Your Freezer Friday. Today I hope you really enjoyed it and it's given you some ideas for the weekend or even the busy week ahead. The bakes are a really good idea. Like even if you could put anything in a bake, it doesn't really matter because it's just such a lifesaver, especially on a busy weekday or the weekends, or if you've got sporting events or anything like that with kids, or you've got lots of work on. The bakes really make it a lot easier. It is very time consuming to cook all these meals still. It's still, you do feel like you're not getting anywhere, but it is really easy on those nights when you are just too tired to cook. Over the last 2 days now when I have been cooking, I've been taking out the freezer meals that I've cooked in my previous videos. Like last night I took them out, and because that was the last thing I wanted to do was cook last night after I cooked all day. Now because I put the sweet potato and the potato in the fritters, I did let it cook a lot longer because you don't want raw potato. So yeah, they say around about 2 to 3 minutes on either side, but I left mine on a lot longer because the recipe doesn't call for sweet potato and potato. I just added it in because I just wanted that extra carb in there. So if I give the kids some, you know, for lunch or something like that, I don't feel like I have to put something extra on the side. Like you can put a bit of fruit, I don't feel like they're not getting a carbohydrate with it. So if you just left it with the zucchini and the carrot like the recipe says, it would cook so much quicker. But with any oil, you do have to hover around it and be careful of the temperature. So I was sort of turning it up and turning it down because I didn't want the temperature to burn too much either. But they tasted really good. I'm really looking forward to freezing them up and seeing how they turn out when you freeze them. And I'm just going to pop them in the air fryer afterwards. But I hope you really do enjoy this video today. I do have a lot more videos coming up the next 2 weeks. So I'll see you soon for those ones. Thanks everyone for watching. Thanks everyone.
Give me a sign. Oh, give me a sign. Baby, give me a sign. Just give me one more. You leave me hanging, begging for more. Think that I'm addicted to this, can't resist to be a little risky and go for it 'cause I want you.